Hello everyone, welcome back to GreatMovieFan's YouTube channel. I'm Luke and today I'm bringing you my belated movie review of Me Before You. And I have to say, this movie is absolutely beautiful. This is such a beautiful movie with such a fantastic, well-written story. And I have to say, I always find it very refreshing when the actual novelist is brought in to adapt their own screenplay, as here with Jojo Moyes returning to adapt her novel into the screenplay. Now, I have to say, the biggest thing about this movie that really upsets me is all the hate and backlash this movie got. I mean, it got a 59% average on Rotten Tomatoes from critics. Everybody keeps saying that the movie is so insensitive, that it promotes ableism, that people in the disabled community, I have a little blurb that I got on the internet that said, quote, "This film has suffered a backlash from many people in the disabled community due to what they perceive as an underlining message that the people with disabilities are a burden on their family and carers, and claim that the film promotes the view that people are better off dead than disabled. They view that the movie is advocating suicide so that their loved ones can live boldly." I have to tell you, that is not true. And if you are not seeing this movie or boycotting the film because of that reason, I have to tell you that you're wrong. Because this movie is not making a broad, bold statement about people with disabilities. It's not painting every single person with disabilities in a negative light. It's not. This is about one character, and it's a fictional character, mind you. It is one character with one specific kind of disability, and it's his choice that he does not want to go on because of his disability. Now, I'm sorry, I have to say this. From here on out, for the rest of the review, I'm going to have to spoil it. If you have not seen Me Before You, I'm going to warn you, I'm going to spoil the movie because I feel like I can't talk about this film without spoiling it. So you've been warned. If you don't want to be spoiled, then click out of the video, go watch the movie, and then come back and watch this. But for those of you still sitting here, let me talk. Okay, still here? All right. So the plot of this movie is that Will Turner, Sam McLaughlin's character, was hit by a motorcycle, and he was paralyzed from the neck down. And the doctors say that he is not going to recover. He's been in physical therapy for a year when the main action of the plot occurs, and he is just miserable. He is upset with his current situation because Will Trainer, was the kind of person that was very self-obsessed. He was obsessed with his image. He was obsessed with the way that people perceived him. He was a very physical person that was very materialistic in how he was constantly being viewed because of his good looks, because of the way that he physically looked. And it tore him up inside that he was not able to walk anymore or do any of the fantastic things that he was able to do when he was able to walk. And he definitely has this very negative mindset that if I can't do the things that I used to, then what's the point of living? Well, that's where the character of Louise Clark comes in, which is played by Emilia Clarke. And she teaches him how you don't always have to be so negative about the world. You can do wonderful things regardless of what situation that you're currently in. Now, despite this, and despite them falling in love in the process and she showing him the world and how he can still have a life, he still chooses not to go on. He promised his parents 6 months, and that's exactly what he's sticking to. He is unhappy in the current situation of things. And Louisa has the mindset that she can change him. She can change him with her love. And here is the biggest moral of the movie. You cannot control people. You can't. There are people out there who just, you can't control them. I'm looking at my notes here. I'm sorry. What did I put? I wanted to detail exactly what I wanted to say. Just because someone is in your life does not mean that they are in your life the way that you want them to be. You cannot control people, and you can't think that you can control people, especially your loved ones. You have to let people live their own life. You cannot force your ideas onto someone. And that is the message of the movie. I mean, Louise has this obnoxious, very narrow-minded boyfriend that she keeps for a good portion of the movie, and then breaks up with him because he is trying to force his lifestyle on her, and she doesn't want to put up with that anymore. Louisa doesn't want to still be living with her parents because they're forcing her to be the breadwinner. They're forcing her to do everything in their family. And Will is in a situation where he is so unhappy that he wants to make the decision to end it all peacefully. And Louise has to come to this realization that she can't control him. As much as she loves him and as much as she cares about him, she has to remember that she does not have the right to control someone else's life. And the movie ends on a very sad but a very poignant message. And Will left a large portion of money for Louise so that she can move on. She can move out of the house, she can start her own business, she can live her life, do whatever she wants, and he will always be there by her side. Even though he's not physically there, he will always be in her heart. And she taught him so much, and he taught her so much. That's another thing I love about this movie. It has one of the most well-written love stories I've ever seen. Some love stories have a tendency to be a little bit too cheesy, a little bit too tropey, full of the cliches, and this was very organic. You saw their relationship build from when he did not like her at the beginning till they were madly in love with each other at the end. The movie is extremely well written. Jojo Moyes did an amazing job. The cast is phenomenal. I mean, Emilia Clarke, I have never seen her before in anything. I'm one of the like 3 people on the planet who's never seen Game of Thrones, and I love her now. She's so amazing. Sam McLachlan is incredible as Will Traynor, just amazing. And the supporting cast is incredible, but the main point that I want to drive home is that if you think that this movie is insensitive to people with disabilities, I have to tell you that you're missing the whole point. This is not making a broad statement about all people with disabilities. Yes, movies are a very mainstream form of entertainment, but this is one specific story with one specific situation, and you can't attach this story to everybody who suffers from disabilities. It is the person in that situation's right to choose whether or not they want to live or not go on. And you cannot control people. And I have to say, to finish off this review, if I were to give this movie a grade scale rating, I would give it a solid A. It's incredible. The movie is just so gorgeous from start to finish. The cinematography, the world building of England, the costume designs, the musical score that accompanies the film is incredible. The direction is fabulous. And this is a great movie. It will make you cry, but it has a great message about it. So thank you so much for watching this review. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, I apologize for it coming up so late, but be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. You can follow me on all of my social media. You can follow me on my other YouTube channel, GreatBroadwayFan. All the links are in the video description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.